Hi mga kawawmat, in this video we will discuss the angle of elevation. Before we proceed to our discussion, don't forget to like our video and subscribe na rin po kayo. So, what is an angle of elevation? Ano nga ba itong angle of elevation? So, ito po yung angle na na-form. Let's say meron ka pong object. So, halimbawa, ito po yung object natin. Okay, so ito yung object natin. And then, eto ka. Ikaw yung observer. So, ang angle of elevation, ito yung angle na na-form from the horizontal line, yung horizontal line natin, which is the eye level. O yung eye level, kung ikaw yung observer, yung horizontal line, ito po siya. So, from the horizontal line, magfo-form siya ng angle dito. Ano naman yung ating isang side? Ito naman yung line of sight natin. So, itong line of sight, ito yung tinitingnan mo ngayon. Kung ikaw ito, tinitingnan mo yung object na nasa itaas mo. Okay? Kaya nga po elevation, nasa itaas. Higher than you. Okay? So, ngayon, from the horizontal line, which is the line, o ito yung eye level, and then yung line of sight mo na kung saan tinitingnan mo yung object na mas mataas sa'yo, makaka-form ka ngayon ng angle dito. Ito ngayon yung angle mo, which is called angle of elevation. So, makakapag-form po tayo ng angle of elevation. Alright. So, let us enumerate the steps in solving math problems involving angle of elevation. So, una, mas madali nating masosolve kung meron po tayong illustration para ma-visualize natin kung ano yung eye level, nasa yung eye level, yung horizontal line, kung ano yung ating line of sight, at yung object, para malaman natin alin ang hypotenuse, ano yung iyong longer leg o yung legs mo, yung kung ano yung adjacent at kung ano yung opposite side. So, much better kung i-illustrate natin siya para mas mabilis natin ma-visualize yung mga given na data. And then, formulate a ratio of a given measure and the variable representing what is being asked in the problem. So, kapag kasi naka-illustrate yung given problem mo, ma-identify mo ngayon kung ano yung given mo. Ano yung given? Hypotenuse ba? Adjacent ba? O opposite side? Kasi depende sa given, let's say ang given ay opposite. Ang binigay ay opposite and then adjacent. So, ano yung trigonometric ratio na pwede mong gamitin na kung saan may opposite at may adjacent? That is tangent, right? So, dun pa lang malalaman mo kung anong ratio ang gagamitin mo. So, that is a tangent. So, dapat alam natin kung ano, o dapat ma-identify natin kung ano yung mga given natin sa problem. Now, from there, we can now form an equation using the formulated ratio and the trigonometric function defined by the ratio. So, makakapag-form ka na ng equation na which will lead, okay? Which will leads you to the solution. So, solve the solution of the equation and the solution of the problem. And then, don't forget to label your final answer correctly. So, make sure that ililabel po natin yung sagot natin, lalo na when it comes to the units. Kung ito ay feet, ito ba ay meters, lalo na kapag ganon. Now, you may also consider the following reminders. So, ito yung mga parang tip kung paano nyo malalaman kung anong ratio ang gagamitin ninyo. If the measures of either leg and the hypotenuse of the right triangle are given, so kapag ang given ay leg at hypotenuse, then ang pwede mong gamitin ay sine or cosine function. Kapag naman ang given ay legs of the right triangle, ang pwede mong gamitin ay tangent. Okay? So kapag ang given ay legs, dalawang legs, tangent ang pwede mong gamitin. Kapag ang given naman ay leg and the hypotenuse, ang pwede mong naman gamitin doon ay sine or cosine. Let's start. The A&R State Building is 1,200 meters tall. What is the angle of elevation of the top from a point on the ground, which is 1,750 meters from the base of the building? So, ito po yung ating illustration. As you can see, ito yung ating building. Okay? So, ito po ay 1,200 meters. Now, ang hinahanap sa atin, ang tinatanong ng problem is the angle of elevation. So, ito po yung hahanapin natin. Anong sukat nitong angle na to? Let this angle be the theta. So, ito yung ngayon na magsiserve as our theta, which is the angle of elevation from the top, okay, of the top from a point on the ground. So, ito po siya. Now, since ang given natin, identify natin yung given, ang given natin from this angle ay yung opposite niya, and then yung kanyang adjacent side. So, opposite side and adjacent side. So, ano ba yung ratio na opposite at adjacent? That is tangent. So, yun po ang gagamitin natin. Tangent theta is equal to opposite side over adjacent side. So, isubstitute lang po natin yung given natin. Your opposite side is 1,200. And then your adjacent side is 1,750. Now, divide po natin ito, 1,200. So, kunin natin siya. Yan, 1,200 divided by 1,750 is equal to, so, we have 0.6857. Okay? So, kinuha lang po natin yung 4 decimal places. Now, since ito pong angle ang hinahanap natin, yung angle of elevation, so ano pong gagawin natin? Kukunin po natin ngayon yung tangent tangent 0.6857. So, paano po natin siya gagawin? So, since angle ang hinahanap, tangent theta is equal to 0.6857. So, ito po yung steps. So, click shift and then tangent. And then, click mo lang po yung 0.6857. Okay, and then, don't forget to close, and then equal sign. Okay, so we have 34.44 degrees. So, ginawa ko na siyang 2 decimal places. So, ibig sabihin, itong angle na to ay 34.44 degrees. Now, kailan tayo gagamit ng shift? Kasi ito, meron siyang shift kapag ang sinusolve natin o ang hinahanap natin ay angle. Okay? Next. So, a tower is 15.24 meters high. At a certain distance away from the tower, a man on the level ground observes that the angle of elevation of the top of the tower is 41 degrees. How far is the man from the tower? So, given ngayon yung height ng tower. So, yung height ng tower is 15.24 meters. And then, yung from a certain distance, yung observer daw po, eto, na-observe niya na yung angle daw po natin is 41 degrees. Ngayon, ang pinapahanap sa atin is how far is the man from the tower. So, ibig sabihin, ito po yung tinatanong dyan. Ito yung tower, ito yung height. Ngayon, given yung angle of elevation, which is 41 degrees. So, ito yung na-observe ng observer. Ngayon, ang hahanapin natin, gaano kalayo yung observer dun sa tower. So, ito po ngayon yung ating unknown. Ito po yung x natin. So, based dito sa angle natin, so itong angle natin, ang meron tayo ay opposite side at adjacent side. So, ano pong ratio ang pwede natin gamitin kapag opposite at adjacent? That is tangent. Okay, so tangent theta, your theta is 41 degrees, opposite side over adjacent side. So we now have tangent 41 degrees, since given na yung angle natin, is equal to your opposite side is 15.24. And then your adjacent side, which is your unknown, ito po yung hahanapin natin, that is over x. So, by cross multiplication, so, etong x natin, that will become x is equal to 15.24. Ma'am, bakit hindi po x times tangent 41 degrees? Kasi cross multiply, di ba? Yes, x times tangent 41 degrees. Kapag ang ginawa mo dito, tangent times x, okay, tangent 41 degrees times x, i-divide mo rin both sides yan by tangent 41 degrees, diba? So, makakancel rin, x rin po ang matitira doon. And then, ito. Okay? So, ito yung pinaka-shortcut na. Ang pinaka-shortcut dyan, kapag yung unknown mo, yan, so, yung x, kung nasan yung x, kung nasan yung unknown, yung kapartner niya, ilalagay mo na agad sa denominator. Yun po yung pinaka-tip ko. So, halimbawa, ito yung unknown mo. Ito yung magkocross ka, di ba? Yung kapartner niya, ilalagay mo na agad sa denominator. So, x is equal to 15 over 0.24 over tangent 41 degrees. Okay. So, gagamitan natin siya ng calculator. Ito po yung steps. So, we have, ang una natin gagawin is click mo yung fraction. Okay? And then, dito sa numerator mo, lagay mo 15.24. Arrow down, click mo yung arrow down. And then, tangent, hindi ka nagagamit ng shift kasi hindi naman angle yung hinahanap natin. So, diretso na po. Tangent, 41. Okay? And then, don't forget to close. And then, equals. Okay, so we have 17.53. So, 2 decimal places na lang po tayo. So, we have x is equal to 7.53 meters. So, what is our answer? Since ang hinahanap ay how far is the man from the tower. So, make your answers complete. 7.53 meters is the distance of the man from the tower. So, ginawa ko na lang po siyang 2 decimal places. Next. Suppose that when the angle of elevation of the sun is 63.4 degrees. So, ito pong angle na to given na which is 63.4 degrees. Now, a building cast a shadow. So, 'di ba pag may shadow tayo parang humahaba, 'di ba? Humahaba. Okay, o kaya lumiliit. Now, in this case, a building casts a shadow of 37.5 feet. Okay, so ito po yung shadow niya, which is 37.5 feet. Ito yung nabuong shadow. Now, how tall is the building? Kung ito yung shadow niya, ano yung height ng talagang building? Okay, so we will represent the height of the building as y. Okay, and y, since given po yung angle natin, ang gagamitin natin since ang given ay opposite and adjacent. So, given yung angle, opposite, and then adjacent, ang gagamitin natin ay tangent. Kasi yun po yung opposite over adjacent. Okay? So, we have tangent 63.4 degrees. Ito po yung ating given, since given na yung ating angle. Is equal to, your opposite is y, your adjacent side is 37.5. Now, cross multiply, okay? Since walang kapartner yung unknown mo dito, ibig sabihin y lang yan. Hindi kagaya kanina na nilagay natin sa denominator yung ka-pair niya. So, ito, since wala siyang ka-pair, so y is equal to, ito, ita-times natin. 37.5 times tangent 63.4 degrees. Or pwede rin namang tangent 63.4 degrees times 37.5. Kahit ano naman pong mauna dyan. Okay? So, isolve natin. Paano natin siya isosolve? Using this. So, ito po yung guide natin. So, using your calculator, you type 37.5 and then times, okay, your multiplication button, times tangent 63.4. Okay? Don't forget to close. And then, equals. Okay, so we have 74.89. Okay, so therefore, your y is equal to 74.89. So, anong sagot natin? 74.89 feet is the height of the building. So, yun po yung height ng building since we represented the height of the building as y. Next. A ladder leaning against the wall makes an angle of 80 degrees. So, given na naman yung angle natin dito with the ground. Ito po siya. If the foot of the ladder is 7 feet from the base of the wall, ito yung wall, ito yung angle, foot ng iyong ladder. Okay, so if the foot of the ladder is 7 feet, okay, from the base of the wall, ito yung base ng wall yan daw yung layo nila, yung distance, so 7 feet. Ang tinatanong, what is the length of the ladder? Ito ngayon ang hinahanap sa atin, pinapahanap. So, given yung angle, given yung distance ng foot ng ladder at yung base ng wall, ito ang hinahanap natin. So, identify natin kung anong ratio ang pwede natin gamitin. Ito yung angle mo, okay? Now, ang given sa figure natin o sa problem ay adjacent and hypotenuse. So, ano yung merong hypotenuse and adjacent or adjacent and hypotenuse? Ano po yun? We will be using cosine. Why cosine? Kasi yung cosine po, siya po yung may adjacent at hypotenuse. So, yun po ang gagamitin natin. So, substitute natin yung given. Your cosine, your theta is 80 degrees. Your adjacent is 7, and then your hypotenuse is h. So let us represent our anong hinahanap natin, length of the ladder as h, which is the hypotenuse. So represent na natin siya as h, which is the hypotenuse. So by cross multiplication, we have h. So since ka-pair niya po yan, lagay na natin agad to sa denominator para mas mabilis. So h is equal to 7 over cosine 80 degrees. So, isolve natin siya using calculator. So, these are the steps. So, we have, click nyo po yung fraction, and then sa taas, type 7. And then, arrow down, cosine 80. Okay, and then don't forget to close. So, we have equals. So, the answer is 40.31. Okay, so 31 lang kasi hindi siya 5. So we have the hypotenuse is equal to 40.31, which is the length of the ladder. So therefore, 40.31 feet is the length of the ladder. Next. The angle of elevation of a 90-foot ramp leading to a bridge above the highway is 12 degrees 45 minutes. So find the height of the bridge above the highway. So, ito po yung degree ng angle natin, 12 and 45. So, ano pong gagawin natin? Binigay po yung ito, yung ramp, okay, yung ramp niya which is 90 feet. And then, yung kanyang angle given din. So, based dito sa ating given ito, at ito po yung ating hinahanap kasi height ng bridge eh. Ito po yung height ng bridge from above the highway. So, ito yung highway. So, ito yung hahanapin natin. So, based dito sa given yung ating angle. Ang given natin ay opposite and then given po ito. So, paano po natin, ano pong ratio ang gagamitin natin? Opposite and then given yung hypotenuse. So, that is sine po ang gagamitin natin kasi opposite and then the hypotenuse. So, substitute natin. So, your sine theta, given yung angle natin, ito po siya. And then, your opposite is h. So, nirepresent natin yung height as h. So, hindi po hypotenuse ha. Height po. So, that is h. Nirepresent natin as h. And then, your hypotenuse is 90 feet. So, that is 90. So, now, by cross multiplication, we have h is equal to, multiply natin itong sine mo, and then 90. So, using the calculator, sundan po natin itong steps. So, we have sine. Click po natin ang sine. And then, 12. And then, ito po yung pipindutin natin dito. Okay. 12. And then, 45. Ito po ulit ang pipindutin natin. And then, close. Times 90. Times natin sa 90. So, that is equal to 19.86. So, kapag meron po tayo nito, ito po pindutin natin. Okay? So, 19.86. So, therefore, your height, the height of the bridge above the highway is 19.86 feet. So, ayan po siya. Next. The line of sight, so test yourself na. Pwede nyo akong sabayan, itry nyong mag-solve. Okay? So, the line of sight from a small boat to the light at the top of a 35-foot lighthouse built on a cliff. 25 feet above the water, so mix at 25-degree angle with the water. So, ito yung boat. Okay? So, from here daw po, ito yung top ng ating lighthouse. Ito yung lighthouse. So, ito po, naka-form siya ng 25-degree angle with the water. So, ibig sabihin, ito yun, with the water. So, ilalim ng boat at ilalim ng tower. Ngayon, dun sa tower mo, meron pa siyang cliff. hindi siya basta nandun kagad sa water. So, meron siyang cliff, which is 25 feet above the water. So, ibig sabihin, kung ang tower mo ay 35 foot, yung lighthouse, and then yung cliff mo ay 25 feet, i-add po natin yon. So, 35 plus 25, that is 60. So, ibig sabihin, ang pinaka-height nito with the water, kasi with the water So, with the water, simula doon hanggang dito, 60 feet. Kasi ito ay 35, ito ay 25. Kaya siya 60. And then, naka-form siya ng angle of elevation which is 25 degrees. So, ang pinapahanap sa atin ngayon to the nearest feet, how far is the boat from the cliff? Ito yung boat, ito yung cliff. So, ito ngayon ang hahanapin natin, yung distance nila. Okay, so ito yung unknown. So, based dito sa given natin, ito yung opposite, ito yung adjacent. So, ano ito? This is tangent. So, opposite over adjacent. So, substitute natin, your opposite is 60, your adjacent is x, yun po yung unknown. So, we have x is equal to 60 over tangent 25 degrees. So, isolve po natin ito using calculator. So, we have... Okay, click po natin ito. And then 60, arrow down. And then tangent, 25. Okay, so don't forget to close, equals. So we have 128.67. Okay? But since ang tinatanong ay to the nearest feet, so ibig sabihin whole number na siya. So i-convert natin siya into whole number. So that is 129 feet. Okay? So how far is the boat from the cliff? That is 129 feet. Next. A 5-footer man standing 20 feet away from the tree finds the angle of elevation of the top of the tree to be 38 degrees. How tall is the tree? So, ito si a man. Ito yung tao. Okay? So, sa eye level niya, ito po ay 20 feet away from the tree. Eye level pa lang yun, ha? So, and then, naka-form siya ng angle of elevation which is 38 degrees. So, yung top of the tree na nakikita niya sa taas ay, eto po yon. So, dun sa object o yung tree na nakikita niya sa taas, naka-form siya ng 38 degree angle dun sa eye level niya. Okay. Now, hindi pa po kasama dito sa sukat na to yung ating etong 5. Ano ba tong 5? Ito yung part pa ng tree ito. Kasi ito ay eye level lang to Ito. So, we have, paano makukuha itong 15.63? I mean, given po yung 15.63. Okay, so we have tangent, since given po yung ating opposite, and then adjacent, which is 20 feet. So, opposite, that is, okay, opposite is t, which is 15.63 feet, over adjacent, which is 20. So, by cross multiplication, we have t is equal to 20 times tangent 38 degrees. So, ang makukuha po natin dyan, let us compute. So, 20 times tangent, click natin ng tangent, 38 degrees. Okay. So, we have 15 so round off na natin, 15.63 feet. So, ito po yung sukat niya. Okay? Ito po yung sukat niya, 15.63 feet. Now, anong gagawin natin? Ang tanong ay how tall is the tree? Etong 15.63 feet mo ay ito pa lang yan. Okay? Ang tinatanong ay height of the tree. Alangan namang kung ito ang kukunin mo, ibig sabihin yung ground nung tree ay kapantay lang nung eye level nung tao. Siyempre, hindi. Pareho yan na nasa ground. Okay? So, kung ito yung ground nung tao, nung man, ito rin po yung ground nung tree. So, ito ay height lang po from the eye level of the man. So, kunin pa natin ito, which is 5. So, i-add natin ngayon yung 15.63 plus 5. And that is 20.63 feet. That is the height of the tree. So, isasama po natin ito. Next, a ladder leans against a brick wall. The foot of the ladder is 6 feet from the wall. So, ito pong foot, the foot of the ladder is 6 feet from the wall. So, ito po yung ating foot ng ladder. Ang layo po niya ay 6 feet. Okay, ito po siya. Ayan, 6 feet from the wall. Ito yung wall. So, ito po yung distance. And then, the ladder reaches the height of 15 feet. Since, ito po yung ladder natin, ito pong height na to ay 15 feet on the wall. What is the angle of elevation of the ladder that makes with the wall? So, ito po yung angle of elevation natin with the wall. Ito po pala. Okay, with the wall. So, ito po yung angle of elevation. So, ang gagawin po natin is, since angle po ang hinahanap natin, identify po natin yung ating given. Since meron po tayong, ito po yung ating angle of elevation kasi ladder with the wall. So, ito yung ladder, ito yung wall. So, ito dito yung angle of elevation natin. So, we have, meron tayong adjacent, meron tayong opposite. So, ano po yung may adjacent at opposite? That is tangent. Now, angle ang hinahanap natin. So, we have, substitute muna natin yung ating given. Your opposite is 6. Ito yung angle, opposite is 6. Adjacent is 15. So, 6 divided by 15, that is 0.4. Pakita ko. So, 6 divided by 15, that is 0.4. Okay. So, now, nakuha na natin yung tangent theta. Theta po kasi unknown hindi natin alam. Ito yung pinapahanap sa atin. So, we have tangent 0.4. So, ito ngayon ang kukunin natin. Ano yung tangent 0.4? So, ang gagawin po natin, shift. Gamitan po natin ng shift kasi angle yan. So, shift, tangent 0.4. And then, close natin. Okay, so we have 21.80. So, ito po siya, shift tangent 0.4. So, the answer is, the angle is, or yung x natin, yung unknown natin is 21.80 degrees. Yun po yung nakuha natin dito sa ating calculator. So, we have our angle, or what is the angle of elevation of the ladder that makes the wall. Ito po siya, with the wall, that is 21.80 degrees. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned something. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell para updated kayo for more video tutorials. This is your guide in learning your math lessons, your Wow Math channel.